All right, what's up, guys? I'm a little loud.
That's good.
I'm with Jason from Off-Grid Solutions. We're gonna have a little bit of an echo in here. Hey, hey.
Shop environment.
We're in shop environment. We're in Jason's shop actually here in Portland, so I'm gonna spin around. But we're actually gonna be touring his newest creation, right?
It's a collaboration creation.
Cool, I like that. Collaboration creation. He's been on my channel before. I respect him, I like him. He does really good work. What's up, Jay, in the back? we got some more. Yeah, we're fabbing up a bunch of stuff, but we're not showing that stuff today. We're gonna be focused on this beast right here. So let's get into it. This is what happens when you try to film during work hours.
Yep.
I'm just messing with you. Quiet on set! Jay, what do we got, man?
Well, we got a 2018 four-wheel drive Sprinter. Customer came in with an adventure wagon kit, and we kind of took it from there and turned it into this.
So wait a minute, he already came in with the kit already?
Came in with the van and then purchased a kit right after we kind of started working on it. One of his friends ended up with a van. I think we actually toured it, Leslie's van. Kind of wanted the same thing, really liked how that one turned out, and we turned his into the same sort of thing.
Was the kit already installed? Did you install it?
We installed the kit.
Okay, yeah, because I know you do that,
Yep.
so that's what you do. So this is like a Off-Grid Solutions upgraded van build.
Yeah, well,
this
it's an upgraded adventure wagon build.
I've showed you a couple of your vans before, but this thing is nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen all of your vans and they're all nice.
We're hoping they're getting better with time, isn't that right? I mean, we're hoping each one that comes out is a little bit nicer than the last one, and we're learning a lot each time we build one. So
You did a lot more wood in this one.
we did a lot of bamboo in this one. This thing's got a lot of bamboo.
Can we step in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, do you mind swiveling that passenger seat for me so I have somewhere to sit? Man, look at me. I'm so needy, aren't I? Well, actually, now that we're kind of in the front and we're talking about it, what did you use down there?
Alpine mechanisms, and they don't rattle. I hate rattles, so that's one of the main reasons.
Low profile too, right?
Yeah, they don't really raise the seat at all. Some of them raise it quite a bit. So, and you can see how hard they are to turn and stuff too. Like that feels more solid when you're.
Yeah, you did that real easy.
They
Yeah.
lock really well too. So.
People may see behind you, there's a power system back there. This is what Jason actually comes from, his background.
Yeah, that's a tank right there. That one is going to be leaving tomorrow, and hopefully that will make full-time living a little bit easier for him. So.
Nice. Let's step in because I'm really anxious to kind of show everybody this guy. Now, again, there's going to be a cushion there, so people don't worry.
They're doing their own bed and their own cushion and stuff, so all that will match.
I said to you this on camera, the client or you spent a lot of money on bamboo.
Yeah.
I know bamboo ain't cheap.
We did a couple things in bamboo, like even my bed and my van's bamboo, and they saw Johann's, they liked the bamboo. This is where we ended up. I mean, it's expensive, but the other thing about it is you don't have to finish it. Like, I mean, you have to finish it, but you don't have to paint it and stuff. Like, it's really strong, and it does what it's supposed to do really well. So, and it looks great. I love bamboo. The end grain.
The end grain on this bamboo is absolutely ridiculous, and I have it in my Jeep build, and I think it's phenomenally looking. All right, well, walk me through, because I'm going to get to this guy in a minute, but walk me through the galley if you would be so kind.
Yeah, so we started with our aluminum framing, again, is kind of where we go with. Big, huge fridge. We like putting as big as we can get with the little freezers.
What's this, the 130?
It's a 130, yep. In the center of it, this was one thing that the other van had as well. That worked out to utilize quite a bit of space, you know, because this thing's tall. So we can
so
use some narrow
nice.
drawers and things like that. But these pantries are just kind of, they just work really well. They soft close. They don't rattle. Again, that's the other thing.
Especially being a 4x4, it's kind of important. We're going to be taking this thing in dirt roads.
It's going off-road. He's got marks down the side of it for a reason. He's already had this thing off-road before
Nice.
it came to us. So inside we did a little, he came with a water drop filter, so we found a nice way to mount that for him. So all of his water coming out of the sink will actually be fully filtered for fluoride and chlorine and things like that.
He actually brought a lot of this stuff to you.
A lot of my customers bring me a lot of interesting parts, and because I'm not like a cookie cutter shop, I'm like, yeah, let's give it a go. You know what I mean? So sure, I mean, everything we do is custom. Every roof rack that we're going to be producing is going to be custom. So there's not one thing that really fits everybody's needs,
Right.
or their layout, or everything. So we're literally we're a custom shop. We make things what people want, not what they can buy.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that roof rack. This is not what that video is about, but man, that roof rack, you kind of gave me a rundown of it. It's kind of sick
pretty cool,
looking.
yeah,
It's ridiculous, actually.
But getting back to galley.
Yeah.
Nice deep Zune sink. We really like these sinks.
That's how you pronounce it? Is Zune? Zune?
Yeah. And again, this was really cool that he found too. A lot of those things are really, they move around a lot in the van. So having things that are, you know, very well held in place is a good thing.
I love that, man.
Yeah, so that thing's really cool.
And you did so much of the bamboo touches. You obviously had the sink drop in, and then you have this guy. This is so cool.
And so this is Thane Woodworking, who does all of our woodwork with us. So we build the aluminum frames, we figure out how to attach them, we then give it to him. He does this cool solid surfacing and things like that. He just does great work.
I was waiting for somebody to create a cover to these guys, because these guys are so fragile. You know, and it was kind of not easy to do, but if you're woodworking, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, it's a way to dado out all the wood. It's just a lot of wood to remove because you got to remove the whole plate. So there's obviously some labor there, but the end result is that, and it is protected, and I can set things on it without worrying about cracking it.
Some of the biggest questions I get: heat, hot water, and toilet. Do we have it in all of this?
Heat, hot water, and toilet.
Okay.
So the toilet is not in here currently, but
where does it go?
It goes right here.
Show me.
You remember this one? You tried the last one out.
Did I? Oh, that's right. I sat on it. So that's
go right there on 500-pound slides.
So you get a little cassette, I would assume.
Toilet.
Oh, it even locked.
Yep. Oh yeah, it locks for sure. And then this is like your toilet paper storage and things like that. So you actually got a spot to put that kind of thing. And also, tying into this, we came up with a cool little solution for strengthening the step for one, and the second thing is just having a little extra storage down there. So.
Yeah, little shoes or something.
Yep, exactly.
And I also asked you about heat and hot water.
Heat and hot water, Van Life Tech. That's
all day.
Kind of our go-to. If you want hot water, that's the only thing we really install is Van Life Tech. All the other ones are there, but Troy's put a lot of time into figuring that thing out. So.
I would say too much time, but he keeps on like upping his game.
But look at it.
I know, it's so clean. It's so clean. I'm going to step in so I can show everybody. Which brings me to my next point is, so this is the Van Life Tech system, everybody. And it's all touchpad, and I had it in my van so I can, the floors are set to 60 degrees right now, and then outdoors 60 degrees. But inside, we're at a comfortable 68. Yeah, I just kind of took you over on that one. Sorry, buddy.
No, that's fine. You do what I like it.
Also up here was Jason's signature move, which is the S-Pod.
Gotta have the S-Pod. We love that thing.
The S-Pod, really, you don't have any switches in here.
I do, though. That's what's cool.
Oh, you finally put them in.
Well, yeah, so...
Oh, there you go.
We have a way, if you look up and you can see, again, just like the ambulance that we did, number one, how it goes.
Yeah, it just went off. Okay.
Yep. And now it's actually telling you how many amps your lights are pulling to on every
that little 1.1?
Uh-huh.
And now it's, yeah, okay. Now it's at 0.30, right.
Yep. So...
Interesting.
That way, and I also put the scene lights, and then we put the gear lights and the load lights and everything on S-Pod. So they're all dimmable. Every circuit's dimmable. Every circuit can be ran from your phone. Every circuit can also be run by a switch if you choose to do that. So the S-Pod is just like, what do you want to do with it? We can make it happen.
And you put the switches right here at the front. I call it the front door, right? It's a sliding door.
I want to be able to access it from under the awning because I have the scene light, see?
Oh,
so I have the
you have lights outside?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that,
Keep the party going all night long.
Keep the party going all night long. Keep my lights on inside. You have, up here, you have your load lights, you have your gear lights, Van Life Tech system. So you put the Van Life Tech system on a switch?
Correct. So that way, if they ever wanted to put it in storage or whatever, there's a way to turn this thing off so there's no deep sleep mode, so it'll stay on all the time. So unless we shut it off, it's not going to shut off for any reason. And so that's what's really cool about S-Pod as well. They have so many cool features built in, and then from there we can, if he wanted more, say he wants to do a whole rack, I could do a whole nother S-Pod, same screen,
okay,
add a whole nother 8, I can do up to 32 off that one screen,
right?
So it makes it just super expandable as well.
And you can, like you said, you can add another screen, and you can actually put the screen in the front dash, so you can actually control other lights at the front.
2 screens too.
There you go. So I like it. I like it a lot. I want to talk about these, but incorporated with what you did. So this is part of the Adventure Wagon, I guess, kit.
It's not really part of their kit, but it goes with their kit. So they designed it to work with their track system.
And what are they called again?
Those are the mule bags.
Mule bags.
It's cool because if so you didn't want to use it, you pop the 2 sides and I can fold it up against the wall just like it is right now.
Okay, so this literally could just pop right up against here? Really?
So they make it so you
I
can
love
get
this.
things out of the way, and they're really nice.
And they're soft canvas.
And they're soft.
Yeah, it's actually it's a great material, it feels like.
So we feel like that, like where we put them over the bed for 2 people to have all their clothes and have soft storage over there is awesome because you can't really bang your noggin super hard getting out of bed or something.
Not only that, I love the fact that you put those over the bed and how you just explained how they're collapsible. If you wanted to like sleep on one side and not have obstructions,
just sit up or something.
right?
You
You can take it all. You can flop it up. And then what is it attached to this L-track?
Yep.
Which is that's what the Adventure Wagon technically is.
Yeah, all the paneling, all of the track system and everything, including the lights. All these lights are dimmable individually for
By
each
touch?
side. Yeah.
Do that again for me, because I didn't get it in screen. What?
Which is really cool for the over-the-bed lights.
So who did those lights?
These are standard Adventure Wagon lights. These come.
Really? They come with the Adventure Wagon. I didn't know that. How did you do this one? Because the contours of your upper cabinet match the Adventure Wagon, I guess, contour.
The dimensions match it identical, pretty much, actually. So we wanted something that was a hard cabinet, like for galleys in this situation.
Right.
But we also wanted something that would utilize that track, and we didn't want it to stick out past the bags that the customer already bought.
Right.
And so that was what we had to do. And
Wait a minute, you mounted it to the L-track?
yeah, this thing is super removable, very quick.
By the way, people, everybody, look at these angles. That's crazy.
That was not easy. That one was not easy.
That is crazy. Like, I don't think this is not 90. This is not 90. None of it is.
No, every tube's different length and every tube's a different angle. So that is it's a difficult project. But now that we've got it down,
I guess we can shout out your welder.
talk to Jay. He did some math on that one, but we will be producing these for sure. So we are working on expanding our metal department again. We kind of outgrew this place within 2 months.
Wait, you're making these now?
Yeah, we're going to be producing these, and we're going to make them in a bunch of different colors that will match the Adventure Wagon stuff perfectly. So if you've already got an Adventure Wagon and you need a hard cabinet, it attaches with 4 bolts, and we can install this thing in about 5 minutes.
Not just a hard cabinet, a module hard cabinet.
We're going to have a couple different sizes. So this one is like 47 and some change, the exact size is that. We have a 36-inch that we're building right now.
Like a single? Like a little one?
It'll be a one single door, and then we're going to have another one that's going to be
Full length?
Full length. And for a 170, we could make a really long one, and we can make different segments based upon, you know, what someone might want. So
Right.
these are kind of customizable too.
Interesting.
We can
Interesting.
make it as long as we want.
Is it all coming black?
So we're gonna have a couple different options to match Adventure Wagon interiors and the mule bags. So we're gonna make it to when they're
sexy.
up next to each other, they look like they're supposed to be there. That's the goal. We
See.
didn't want to make it look like an afterthought.
Oh my god, that gets me excited, man. Good for you guys. Seriously though, like it's like we're trying to make them efficient, but also like usable and like for people to just purchase and almost IKEA style, right?
It will be. We will have them on the website. We're really working on that. It's just a matter of keeping up with demand right now, and we're working on getting the right team to do that before we really hit the gas.
What's interesting is everybody has a Max Air fan. I'm pointing up right now. Everybody has a Max Air fan, but not a lot. I've actually never seen this. Boom. That is a Max Air fan cover that also does that.
Which also has a built-in little vent cover.
What?
It's a pretty cool little
And
unit.
apparently that's new from Max Air fan.
Customer brought it. I'm telling you, he did some research.
It's funny that I've said this before, like the customers do more research than we do.
They're going to town right now. Absolutely. You know, there's so much information out there, and making sure, you know, like in a lot of cases, what's good and what's bad information is the tough part. But
Unbelievable.
finding cool parts like this, I was like, where did you find this thing?
That light is
It's
bright.
super bright. It's definitely a
I'm gonna turn
daylight.
off these lights, and then you can turn that one on. That's cool.
So at night, I think at night that would probably get some bugs.
yeah.
So you might not want to use that bad boy at night. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely at daytime it's just a nice feature that they offer.
Another thing here is just really
Please.
cool. We did having all of that space.
Your woodworker is phenomenal.
He's really good. Yeah. So.
So do you outsource the woodworker, or is he like exclusively with you?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's open for everyone to work with. We just bring him the aluminum frames, but now we're to the point where he's actually drawing everything up in CAD, and we're building it based upon that. So now we're getting it really nailed down, where we can reproduce these things.
Before we move to the back, I've already flashed, you know, who you are and what you do, but can you just say to the camera where do we find you?
Yeah. Jason with Off Grid Solutions PDX, and you can find us at offgridsolutionsPDX.com. Most of our stuff's on Instagram right now. We're working on really getting the website going, offgridsolutions.com, pdx.com.
Okay, cool. Thank you, buddy. I would say don't email you for like random questions. Like this is business related stuff.
We're trying to do our best to get back to everyone, and we're making sure like all of our power systems, we do a consultation, because most people really don't know how much they want to spend, how much they need, what this is going to do, and it's really good just to talk through what they're trying to do and set them up with a package that actually works.
By the way, I'm leaning. My elbow is on this thing this whole time. Now, normally that would have shattered, right? I mean, that induction would have shattered. Like me leaning on that with this nice hard top.
Feature.
Yeah, it's a great safety feature.
And then again, we got even one more little storage.
Oh wow.
So they can put a couple pots and pans and things like that, and, stack it with foam inserts, whatnot. So
very nifty.
Just a ton of storage.
Oh, I didn't even see this outlet right here.
Yep, got an outlet and a dual USB, so they can charge both their phones while they swivel around. So they're gonna take a trip, and when they come back, we're gonna figure out exactly where they might want
a lagoon tables. I knew it.
So it'll have a bamboo lagoon when it comes back, but a lot of times we kind of like send people out in it and say that wouldn't have worked if I did put it there.
Yeah.
And so we think we're gonna figure out a way to put one outside for them. So
you're gonna copy my river? You're gonna carve out a river and epoxy it?
I might commission you to build a river. Build me a bamboo river.
I did it.
You did?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Oh, I'll show you a picture.
That's awesome.
Lastly, before we go to the back, and I keep on saying that, you usually do an upgraded stereo system. You changed out a lot of stuff, and when I walked in, you had the stereo running.
We always tie it. The switch isn't installed. But
well, I can't have you got to watch out through music.
Yeah.
Because I don't have rights to certain music.
Essentially, shut it down, but you flip the switch or you hit the ignition and the stereo comes on, powered off the lithium batteries. So
it's off the house battery?
Yeah. Our rule of thumb is we don't connect anything to the starter battery except the starter.
Okay. Cool.
That should be everyone's rule of thumb.
I think so. I think that's a good rule of thumb right there.
That's the way to not leave yourself stranded or in a bad situation if you are actually going off grid.
All right, Jay. We want to move to the back because that's where some other cool stuff you got going on.
Some stuff happening back there, and of course we just love these steps.
Is this to go in? Does it go in?
If you shut the door all the way, it does.
Nice little hidden step. Who makes that again?
That one's Amp Research.
Amp Research, that's right.
I talked to them about a week ago, and they are working on the 2019.
What year is this one?
It's an 18. So 2019 and 2020 have a completely different CAN bus system, and it's just not happy with the step yet. So they're working on making that happen.
Right on.
So as soon as they do, I've got a bunch of customers waiting for that step.
So yeah, I see you have the over-the-wheel water tank, and you have all the Van Life Tech system, and you got your power system that that Jason builds.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of walk me through everything, bud. Oh, and I guess it looks like you have a shower hose.
Yeah. So again, it's going back to Thane to build either bamboo boxes or some kind of box of everything. So.
Are you doing aluminum frame boxes that other people do, or? Oh.
I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness! I just saw this too. Yeah, sorry. I got really excited by that. Yeah. Oh my God! Did you guys do that? That's crazy.
Too. Look at this, too.
What I'm rubbing right now, guys, is this is bent right here, which means because the contour of the back of the van moves, I can get a shot of that. Oh my God, Jay, you really did that?
Well, that's the shape of the van.
I know, but that's not easy to do.
Jay is a metal magician.
I see that. I was already talking to him that I'm going to commission him to rebuild my Jeep slides. Thank you, bud.
Even the trim, look at the trim that Jay builds. Just down to, we eared these things in all the way to the edge. It's powder coated aluminum.
I'm going to get a shot underneath. That is remarkable.
Those are our tank brackets that we made. So powder coated those as well, and it's strapped down. And
for people that don't understand also the Van Life Tech floor, there's tubes running in this floor. So to screw into the floor is not a thing that I recommend people doing.
Better know where you're screwing. Yeah.
I mean, there's literally PEX tubing in the floors, and if you screw into that, all your glycol is gone.
Well, it will leak out slowly, and you'll have an orange puddle underneath the van, and you will have to pull everything out of the van and pull the floor up and fix it. So that is definitely...
And it's an expensive fix. It's not a cheap one.
I'm not going to tell you that those screws weren't fairly stressful. Every time I'm drilling into a floor that has the heated floor.
And you did that after you put down the finished floor, which is
finished.
I know, but man, that's gotta be stressful.
I know where things start.
Okay.
And everything else is math from there. Measure about 3,000 times.
Okay, cool.
And then you're good to go. You've got quite a bit of space to land the screws in between the pipes.
You do, but if you
got some
do,
room.
yeah, if you do nick it,
yeah.
I think you're gonna be pissed, and so will Troy.
Oh man. This one does have our gray water, the 7-gallon gray water tank with the ball valve in it, though.
Oh, I love that.
It's underneath the gallon.
Actually, you did the prototype pretty much on my van.
Yours was the first one.
We were the first. I was the first one that you tried it out, and you guys made a thing for it.
Man, we do a lot of those. We ship them as a kit, so we give the switches, the wiring, the fuse holder, instructions. Shows up powder coated black as well. Actually, I have one over there.
I did a 3/4 inch ball valve. Did you step it down a 1/2 inch at least?
No, I left.
Did you do?
I left it just because you can manually open it or close it, and
Yeah.
then my vent is always a 1/2 inch anyways.
Okay.
So it's one of those things. I mean, if you really want to dump it, you can dump it, but still, I like just kind of trickling it if you're going down.
I trickle, yeah,
Just trickle it and
for
let it
sure.
go out.
Honestly, dude, those things are game changers. It's just slight things that game changing. You have a 3 battery system. What's on the roof? Solar panel wise.
360 Solaria.
360 Solaria. Those are beautiful panels.
Good panel. Those things are just awesome.
You have under mounts. Can you turn these off separately than these?
Yeah, and again, the S-Pod takes care of all that. So
All wired through S-Pod.
all wired through S-Pod.
Oh, you have
So
back. You have back. What'd you just do just there?
Those are the upper lights too.
Oh, there's lights right here. Oh my goodness.
And then there's. So I'll show you. I'll go through more.
Okay, he's gonna turn something on for us. Oh, so this is something that's interesting. Not a lot of people put lights on underneath. Why is it so efficient to have lights underneath?
Really, the only reason we'd hope that he'd ever use that is to change a spare tire.
Yes.
That's really what it's for. Is to be able to see what the heck's going on down below the.
Down below the van, right? It's actually it comes up when you do need it. It comes up
Right.
like
Yeah.
perfectly, right?
If you're down there holding the flashlight in your mouth or something because you forgot your headlight, and you had those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. What's interesting is with your bed platform, by the way, you went with a 1/2 inch, Jay.
Yeah, 1/2 inch.
A 1/2 inch instead of 3/4.
1/2 inch. This stuff is so strong, and it's because if you look in the middle, it's actually standing on end this way.
Yep.
And then.
Right.
So I mean, it's.
The bamboo is really.
And then you're gonna put a mattress on it and spread the load out between the whole thing. Anyways, you could probably get away with a 1/4 inch, but I'm just not gonna try it.
No, I wouldn't either. And I'm gonna trust Jace Welds, I guess, to also hold.
Oh yeah. You get in there and see. Like, even look at this one right there.
Where we gotta get close-ups?
Oh, look at that one. See.
Or back here?
Yeah.
Oh, right in there. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you can't really see it on camera, but
Even the ones that you can't see are nice.
yeah, you actually did a story recently. You have the
I did,
dime
And it's
stacking.
funny how many people responded to that. We take pride in what we do. We like doing this. This is fun.
It's supposed to look like a stack of
It's
dimes.
supposed to look like a stack of dimes.
Anything else you can leave me with? I mean, you did another remarkable build. I drove some ways to get up to you because I was fascinated by this van build. Can I ask you what this is?
Yeah, that's their fill.
Oh, that's
So
how you fill
yeah,
it.
You hook the hose right to that. Again, I did a shark bite style fitting because once they run the box, we'll be able to put that wherever we want.
Okay.
So this is just kind of their first shakedown run. There's always a couple things that, like even if someone was coming from out of town to pick one of these vans up, I say plan on staying a couple days.
Yeah,
Go use it, come back with questions.
it's a good idea.
This is the shakedown run essentially, and when they come back, we'll know more about how much they want to box off and if they want any like cubbies and stuff over, that sort of thing. So they'll have some ideas on what works, like what they need to store in this van.
Oh, very
Because
nice.
everyone's got a couple of things that they're going to take with them, whether
Right.
it be their lawn chairs or whatever their sports are, or whatever it is. Those things need to be in the van. The other way, we're thinking about attaching some things and building ski holders that come
Oh,
off
that would
the
be
bed.
cool. That would be
Shove
really
those
cool.
babies up there. So we've got a couple different things that we're working on right now, especially working with attaching again to the L track.
I didn't even realize no flares.
No flares. Nope.
So
We
they're
built
sleeping this way?
Yeah, we built this bed. So and it's a big one. I think it's like 6'4", 6'5" to right here.
Wow, that is nice.
So they'll be comfy.
Are you proud of it, Jay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I also wanted to say that I'm not showing Jason's or their shop because you guys just moved in a couple weeks ago. So we're not really showing it off today. We'll eventually come back when he's got the full shop, full metal fabrication shop, etc. and so forth, all that stuff, because they just moved in.
We just moved in and
I'm
we're
really
already
excited.
going to be relocating the metal shop to a bigger location.
Yeah, so it's going to be separate shops. However,
Separate
it's the same company. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
It just makes sense to keep the metal department in the metal department, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if we had a bigger facility, it'd be easier to do that. But
Just buy the one next door. You're fine.
I wish we could have rented that. I really wish we could have rented that.
I've said this already 10 times, but man, this thing really blew me away today. Really proud of you guys on this one.
Thanks,
I really,
dude.
really am.
We've seen it come from the beginning, so I'm
Did I see it empty?
No, well, this and just where we started building vans, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you've been around kind of.
I've been around too long.
Yeah, you've been in the van game for a minute, dude.
A few years, I guess you could call it that. Sure.
Hopefully keep up with the demand for some of these overhead cabs and eventually roof racks and things like that. But
You guys are killing it.
Repeatable parts are where we're gonna start doing, even down to our little tank brackets that made it look like they're supposed to be there.
I mean, you guys did it right, man. I love this whole thing. I love the whole build. And would you get on that rack system, Jay, so I can go show?
Hey, I'm trying not to make any noise. We're doing stuff over here. Doing CAD, and we've got a software that actually calculate bends and stuff for us, so we can get all this documented.
Awesome.
And be able to reproduce it.
Awesome. All right, Jay. When are we going to see you again? Are you going to come to any shows with me?
What's that?
Are you going to come to any shows with me?
What are you going to?
I don't know. I'm thinking of Expo West, Mountain Expo.
I'm going to try to make that one. I hope we'll have some more stuff in my van done and hopefully have Marissa's done too. And I've got a 2019 that we have for sale that has 20 miles on it. That's going to be...
That you're building out, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a tank. We call it Frank the Tank. And that one will, if it's still around, if it hasn't found its new owner by then we're going to take that. We're going to try to put that in the show.
Are you doing a style like this, like adventure wagon style,
I
or
can't say too much about it.
Okay.
It'll be very Northwest.
be very north? Oh, very like what we're in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, essentially. So what we're going to do if we build full vans anymore, it's going to be through kind of a sister company, which is Van Crafters Northwest.
Yeah.
It's going to be definitely a Northwest feel, but a lot of the same stuff that we.
So you're thinking about just doing spec vans, pretty much.
For on that
side, yeah.
If it's a Van Crafters Northwest van, it's going to have a lot of those style of touches.
Hell yeah. Very rugged, very outdoorsky, very.
It's a big van.
Yeah. It's a big. It's a 170 or 144.
It's a 144. It's the tan one out there.
It's the 4x4, right?
Four-wheel drive.
It better be if it's a Northwestern.
It's got a couple of Van Compass goodies on it and all kinds of stuff going on inside.
That's right. You are a Van Compass installer.
So lots of cool things, and of course all aluminum. Everything inside will be aluminum.
Nice. Nice.
It should be a cool van. Though.
So just email you if you want that.
If someone's looking for a van, we do have one available. And it's only got 20 miles on it.
Oof. 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 How much of the build is along on it?
It's probably about 60% right now.
Oh man, I can't wait to see it.
That's for it.
That rack?
That's going on.
That's your prototype. That's your baby.
That's one of the reasons we bought this van. So it's gonna have a rack, ladder, running boards, a bunch of stuff that we're building.
All custom off-grid solutions. Thanks for having me again, Jay, and also Jay as well. They're both Jason and Jay, but awesome guys, and I'll see you guys soon.
Sounds good.
Later.